writing workshop that is presented to you by Yuva, and I'm your mentor Harsh for this workshop. For the people who are watching it on record, note that we had a great introduction session and then we did listen to a song, although it was a little broken in terms of network, but it was a vibe altogether. Mind that. Anyways, so we dive in today's session where first we will be covering why we need to do content writing, what is content writing in Industry 2.0, and the skills that we should be nurturing as a content writer. Now, Industry 2.0 means the time after internet has happened. Before that, the writers were confined to a limited set of target audience, and they were only adaptive to those people who had the access of that kind of material and who were able to understand, read, and summarize and execute things. But in Industry 2.0, we all sitting in India can read the articles, blogs, or case studies of people from around the world. We can watch the video that is recorded after a written script while sitting here in India, and we can make things while sitting here in India which people can watch globally. That is the major difference in Industry 2.0. And hence, the role of content writer has diversified in this whole era of content writing in Industry 2.0. Now, when I talk about diversification, the content writing becomes one of the core part of digital marketing. Now, marketing is a process where you make people aware, you persuade, and you make them feel that certain things can be of their value, can solve their problems, and help them in their lives. That is, in a nutshell, what marketing means. So, in marketing, one of the important factors is content writing. Why? Because not just in digital marketing, offline marketing as well, you see the pamphlets, hoardings, newspaper ads, you see the paper with articles, and you see the sales pitch. That also becomes a part of content writing. Digital marketing altogether is majorly drawn on the backbone of content writing, where blogs, articles, white papers, case studies, scripts, captions, image copy, video copy, everything comes into it. Now, when everything comes into it, how are we making it sure that our content is reaching to the right kind of audience? That is something that matters to us. To ensure that we are reaching to the right set of audience, we research, and after research, uh, we come to a conclusion that this set of people, this group of people is actually interested in our product or service as a brand, and that group is called as target audience. For example, Yuva has a target audience of teenagers. Why? Because the service of Yuva is to provide internships to teenagers and empower them. Now, when it is very specific, then that they want to empower the coming youth of our nation, it is teenagers, and so they cannot be targeting youths of, you know, last year college or corporates or investors. They target specifically you, and in order to have you onboarded, they also have one more target audience, that is your parents. So then they write for you, where they come up with this catchy phrases, catchy and vibrant colors that shows the energy, enthusiasm, and the courage to be bold. to be outspoken when it comes to the conversation of growth. And when they are talking to the parents, all of these things of courage and all and everything will come together, but then their target audience is different, and so the choice of words will be different. With you guys, we share the bond of energy to go beyond our limits, to try different things, to be more than we were yesterday, and to seek out different interests, passions, and hobbies that we have. And our parents, they want to find a reliance, they want to find a trust, they want to see how ensuring the company can be. So that is how you reach to your target audience. Then you know what are their pain points, what problems do they face, and you solve them with your product or service as a founder. And the writers are there to bridge the gap between the reader, the target audience, and the founders, the business. And in doing so, what we majorly do is we address the pain point of the people, we give them a solution, and while giving them the solution, we are making them aware about our brand. So, one of the aspects becomes that our content writing is a way to create brand awareness. That is how a brand will communicate in this digital age. That is how a brand has been communicating pre digital age. They write, and through the ads that they make, through the posters that they print, through the pamphlets that they distribute, they're creating a brand awareness, they're creating a conversation around certain topic, they're creating a buzz. And all of these things are boiling down to one goal, that is creating brand awareness. To do all of these things, to sell things, to make aware about your brand, to write and solve the pain points of your target audience, you need to have a clear set of words, a clear idea of what value, thought, or action or clarity you are going to provide to your audience. It cannot be a very diplomatic sort of answer. Either you say that, okay, this is something you can try on, but you should try it on your risk because I liked it. It can be something like that, but you cannot say it is okay but then it's not okay, you should maybe try it but then I will not recommend you. Very straight. This is the product that will help you solve your um, issues of friendship, and so try it on. A very, very, very clear picture. um, when you are having an understanding that you have a certain target audience that you are catering to, when you see that you're promoting your brand, you're making people aware about your brand. Now, these points are something which sets the base for our content writing. But there are a few objectives that we meet when we write content. We keep these things in mind. Maybe all of these things will come together at one point, or maybe some of them with permutation combinations will help you. One thing is, when we write to enter into the digital sphere. When we have entered into the digital sphere, what are we giving out as a blog, article, case study, white paper is a professional viewpoint on market. How is the stock trading? How is the market responding? What is the career option? What are different set of goals that people are seeking for in terms of growth, schooling, college, university. So when you are giving out all of these things, you are giving your professional viewpoint as a brand. A personal blog is a different thing. You can share your experience, just your experience. But when it comes to a blog of a brand, they have to give a certain viewpoint. It is not a person who will be giving it out. A brand is a personality, has a personality of its own, and it combines of, let's say, 50, 100, 500 employees. And so it cannot be as free as a personal blog that you are writing. So you need to give out a professional viewpoint from brand's perspective to people when you write anything. When you give out professional viewpoint on consistent basis, you start demonstrating your expertise in that industry. That happens very quickly. What this thing does is make people rely on you more for trusted information, for quick updates, for more understandable content for general public. And when the trust starts developing, people start relying on your content. What helps you as a brand is to convert them from a reader to a potential buyer. This is called the cycle of a consumer. They get aware about your content, they share your professional viewpoint, and once they share their professional viewpoint, they engage more with you. And once they start engaging with you, the enhance of conversion rate happens. बाद में session में करूँ call, हाँ. So that is what is happening in this whole cycle of customer or a reader. Make sense? Anything that you want to ask this up to this point? Hello, good morning. Are you all there? So this is last time I'm asking you guys if you can keep this interactive. Otherwise, it will take me 10 minutes to wrap up the session. Up to you. I will move on. If you have any doubt, you can raise your hand. First, there in total, yes, Nikita.
Sir, a small doubt. You had mentioned that we should always have a professional viewpoint on whatever content which we are providing. My point is that if it is something, if it's a product which we have to really convince the consumer, not only in terms of facts but also emotionally, then how should our content be?
Focus on their pain points. So when you, for example, Yuva has a target audience ranging from 12, 13, 13 years to 19 years, let's say. In this 13 to 19, this 7 years of span has its own problem. 13 to 15 is schooling period, 15 to 17 is figuring out period, and then 18 to 19 is entering into the college phase. You see what different pain points do they feel, and then you categorize those pain points. For example, in terms of content writing, you see 13 to 15 as a age when you're figuring out your 11th. So the main pain point becomes figuring out what your interest is. That is a main pain point. Second is, um, you have some time and you still want to seek out different paths. It may not be interest. So these two pain point becomes for this particular age. Now you start writing with these pain points. You make them first interact with your content by writing a little bit about that pain point. It can be something that these are the pain points. Let's say figuring out a subject which you will take on for the next 30, 40 years might be very difficult unless and until you have a particular experience. And this experience only comes after you take the subject, do the college, and then you do internships. But what if I say you can actually break down all of this walls and start doing internships right now? What internships will make you, what benefits do you have out of internships? You can list them out. What happens when a person is actually doing an internship and making networks, what opportunities it gives them, mention them out. And towards the middle or the end, you write that UI is a certain place that helps you empower with this area of expertise. So now it is not just technical aspects that you say to people, it's about what pain are they suffering or they are going through that you're helping them solve.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Perfect. So there are few skills we need to ace initially to become a good content writer, and this is a journey. Okay, so we should not be in this relaxed position that once we have done a certain course, we have achieved what is everything that is there to offer in this field, because content writing field is a very diverse field. You evolve, you learn, and you iterate and you reiterate in this field every day. So that is what our first skill is: versatility. You need to be able to change and adapt to the different styles of writing. At one point you might be writing for hospitals, which is very serious and professional tone. On another point you might be asked to write a meme for some Gen Z brand, clothing brand. And at the same time it can happen in the same day. I have handled 10 different brands for about a quarter, to which I was managing, I was writing, and I was also visualizing their whole campaigns, videos, and posts. So you have to adapt to this thing. Second is your content should represent the authentic information that you're having. So your content should be research oriented. Why? Because people want to feel validated in their groups. And when they want to feel validated, they want to have facts that backs up their validation. So then validation seek when they're seeking out validation in that particular search for validation, they actually want to enhance their knowledge. They want to add facts in their knowledge. And hence your information, if it has right kind of information, right facts through right sources, will help you take a step ahead from your competitors. For that you'll have to research a lot. It cannot be just the five blogs in the same domain or the same topic that you are writing. You go and search for five different blogs, and out of those blogs you take out information and you write. That's not the way. Find something that is more viable for that, because people might be very easily picking out this same thing. Third is your communication skill. So this is more on the professional end, where you maintain a professional relationship with the customer from brand's perspective. And this is important. This you will learn when you start writing and you start understanding how the brand actually communicates with people. Fourth is prioritizing quality. We all want to wear quality clothes. We all want to have quality food. We want to have a quality life. We want to have a quality career, and hence we are actually thinking of it, and we are here in this workshop. Why is it that we compromise on quality with on content? So I've written focus on quality over quantity, but rather I would say when you are starting out, write those 100 pieces of content. Just write content, just write whatever topic is coming, write. Take a blog, read the whole blog. You can take this as a task as well. You write a blog. Before writing a blog, you take a brand, and under the brand's name you read 3, 4, 5 blogs. You see how they are writing, what kind of words are they choosing, how are they selling things in their blogs, and how many words are they having. Then you take one topic out of those 3 to 5 blogs that you've read, and you write one blog by yourself for the brand. And like that, you write for different brands on different topics. You have to write, reflect, unless you reach there. Every time I tell one fact from my life, that when I started the job, my 200 plus copy pieces were rejected until the one copy that was selected. So you have to write a lot so that you start understanding what kind of writing actually sits in the minds of people. Next is SEO, search engine optimization. This is a technical aspect of reaching to your target audience. We have a whole session that helps you ensuring this reach out to proper target audience, how you do it, how this SEO works. Sixth is proofreading. When you are writing as a brand or as a personal blog person or as a personal brand or a brand in itself, you cannot make silly error in spellings, in grammar, in punctuation marks, or other minute things in the content, because then it becomes the conversation about the brand. Seventh, you need to be observant, comprehend that what your brand wants and how is the customer accepting those facts. Let's say there is an adventure park that is coming up with a new ride. How people are engaging in this, let's say, coming summer vacation, how are they going to engage with it? And the brand has given you what they want to share to the end audience. This audience you studied, and how you see how the audience is actually responding to things, so you become the bridge between them. You need to observe what your brand is actually demanding and how the clients are accepting things. Eighth is punctuality, and here punctuality means before time. If your content is scheduled to be posted on 28th of January, then you have to give it on 15th. Why? Because you will give it, your seniors will read and approve of it, then it will be shared with the brand, they will approve it, and then their senior, or if they have any person founder who is under the control, that person or that team will watch it and then give you approval. So it's a 2 to 5 layer process that goes. So you cannot afford, if there is revision in any one of those groups, then it's a doomsday for you. You've submitted it on 18th or 19th, 20th is the date that it has to go out, and it becomes a very messy situation for you. On that note, I would say that is the last slide. Punctuality matters a lot. And I was there on other link from 8:55, unless I was made aware that they have made another link for the call. So I hope this session was helpful for you guys, and we'll meet in the next session. And before we leave, yes, Adya.
Sir, I have another doubt. Sir, it's not really not really related to content writing, but what do I do when I have a certain idea that I want to write about, but I don't know how to start or where to start?
Hmm. See, to practice it out, I would say scribble down all the thoughts that are coming to you around that idea. What I do is I usually uh, I don't have a proper my diary here, but this copy, for example, this is my way of doing it. I write something here and I'll make a whole circle around it, and then I'll write different thoughts coming out of that idea to me. What happens is it will give you time to breathe and reflect on the ideas that have come to you after that burst of thought or imagination. Then you start figuring out with these topics or these thoughts on that particular topic, how can you arrange, what topics can you take. This will give you a structure. तो एक बार सब ऐसा डोल देने का on paper, and then you figure out what things you want to take out.
Okay, sir, thank you.
Okay. Anything else that you want to ask? Oh, this is an all girl badge. That's great. Awesome. Perfect. So I'll see you guys in the next session on 20th. That is the next live session. Same time, same, not the same link. The link will be shared to you. And till then, bye bye. If you have anything that you want to ask me, you can either reach out to me on WhatsApp, or you can DM me on LinkedIn or Instagram. Unusual Harsh is my username on both of these platforms. You can reach out to me there. Cool. Peace. Bye.